A lot of people think cookie consent starts and ends with that banner that pops up when you visit a website. But it's really about giving visitors a real choice about how cookies and other tracking technologies are used on their devices. So what does that actually mean? Why does it matter? And if you own a website, what do you actually need to do about it? I'm Hannah, and I'm here to answer all these questions in this episode of Ask Termly. Let's start with the basics. Most people think of cookie consent as simply clicking accept all, but that's just a part of the story. Cookie consent also means giving visitors the ability to reject cookies and customize their preferences. So most cookie banners include options such as accept all, reject all, and customize preferences. So why should website owners care? Because most websites use cookies, and many of those cookies process personal data. Cookies can collect certain information such as location data, device details, pages visitors view, how long they stay on those pages, and whether they're returning visitors. Privacy laws like the GDPR and CCPA create requirements around how websites obtain and honor cookie preferences. And on top of that, consumers also increasingly expect transparency around how their data is used. That said, the cookies aren't bad themselves. In fact, they help the internet work the way people expect it to. Cookies can keep visitors logged in, remember shopping carts, save preferences, and improve overall user experience. Some cookies are even considered essential because they're necessary for your website to function properly. Those essential cookies typically don't require consent because they don't process personal data the way that advertising or analytics cookies do. So the goal isn't to get rid of cookies. The goal is to understand what they're doing, be transparent about how they're being used, and give visitors meaningful choices when required. At this point, you might be wondering, does my website even use cookies? The answer is probably yes, because most modern websites do. Even if you didn't intentionally place the cookies yourself, most third-party tools often place them behind the scenes. Google Analytics, embedded YouTube videos, social media plugins, chat tools, and advertising platforms can all add cookies to your website. That's why many website owners are surprised when they run a cookie scan and discover just how many cookies are active. So how exactly do you manage cookie consent? There are 3 foundational pieces I want to go over. Firstly, you need a cookie banner. As mentioned before, this gives visitors the option to accept, reject, or customize their cookie preferences. Secondly, you'll need a cookie policy. A cookie policy explains what cookies and tracking technologies your website uses and why, and it allows visitors to make informed decisions. Third, you need a preference center. People should be able to change their mind at any time and be able to easily find this. Privacy laws like the GDPR require that consent be just as easy to withdraw as it is to give. In many cases, websites also need to prevent certain cookies and scripts from loading until consent is given. Features like automatic cookie blocking and accessible preferences help businesses manage these requirements while giving visitors more control over how their data is used. To wrap things up, cookie consent is simply giving visitors meaningful choices over how cookies and other tracking technologies are used. And it helps businesses be transparent about their data practices, which is necessary for certain legal requirements, but also increasing consumer expectations. At Termly, we've spent years helping make cookie consent much easier to manage for businesses of all sizes. Our Consent Manager automatically scans your site to detect and categorize cookies, blocks non-essential scripts from loading until consent is provided, and provides customizable consent banners and preference centers to help visitors easily manage their choices. It can also create a cookie policy based on cookies found during your scans and maintain your consent logs right in your dashboard, making it much easier to manage everything by keeping it in one place. If you have other privacy-related questions you'd like us to answer, drop it down below in the comments and we might cover it in a future episode. To learn more about cookie consent or to get started with our Consent Manager, visit termly.io.